Shalom. God of heaven bless you, answer you, and remember you, and meet you at your point of needs. Amen. I'm just going to take a few excerpts from my book, Marriage Manual, and just encourage your marriage. I know for many people, things to do with marriage are such an issue. My husband and I, we are committed to talk to couples. We are marriage counselors, marriage advisors, marriage officers, and marriage authors. I usually like to talk using the alphabet because I know it becomes easy for you to remember. On A, I want to encourage you, appreciate your spouse. If you don't appreciate your spouse, who will appreciate them for you? I want you to understand that what you don't do for your spouse, another person is willing to come and do for them. For the little things that your spouse is willing to do, I want you to take opportunity to always appreciate. And on another thing, still on A, accept your spouse. Sometimes you look at your spouse and the temptation is to compare them with your uncle, with your father, and with your brother. I want you to know that your spouse is unique in their own way. I want you to understand that difference does not make them any inferior. It just means that God made them different. We are all different. 7 billion people on earth. We have got unique fingerprint, unique footprint, unique voice print. Allow your spouse to be what God has made them to be. The greatest gift you can give to your spouse is to accept them as they are. You know, some couples, some spouses are introverts, some are extroverts. You know, introverts, they don't like to talk. They are the ones that keep to themselves. They have not much to say. And people usually come to me, Apostle, my husband is ignoring me. My wife does not talk to me. It simply means they're an introvert. They don't have much vocabulary. Extroverts, they are radios. You don't need a television. If you are married to such, they will talk the whole day. You need to understand who and what your spouse is like and accept them as they are. Some spouses come from well-to-do backgrounds. Some come from broken homes. You should be willing to accept, embrace, and take them as they are. The greatest gift you can give to your spouse is to accept them as they are. Don't push them, don't bully them, don't manipulate them, don't force them to be what they are not. It can bring frustration on your spouse and they draw back. And the next thing, there is tension in the home. You know, when you accept your spouse as they are willing to spend quality time with you. But anytime you push them to be what they are not, they will tend to run away from you. Another very important thing when I talk about and when I talk to couples, issue of communication. Many families are breaking down because people are not talking. For those who are talking, they are not talking well. Many have reduced communication to technical conversations where they only talk about who will pick which child, who will pay which bill. That's not communication. In communication, you must commune, you must blend, you must mesh, you must come together. You must be willing to talk about virtually anything and be at peace. You must be willing to find humor in each other's words, laugh at anything, and find fun, leisure with each other. I feel very bad for most couples. You know, they've had this good time to laugh together, have fun and relax together during dating time. Once they got married, all the fun is gone away. One of the things I teach on communication is what I call sandwich talk. When you've got something negative to say to your spouse, don't begin with the negative. Anytime you bring a hammer, they become defensive and you lose conversation. You bring something positive and a negative in the middle. I'll give an example. Let's say your husband is not coming home on time. You may say, honey, thank you for coming home. And then you say, but I was missing you. Then you say, I understand you must be busy at your workplace. You don't say you are coming home late. In communication, avoid the word you. Once you say you lose your spouse. You use the word I. I feel bad when you come late. I feel lonely when you are away. I feel unprotected when your relatives are coming against me and you don't stand up. Use the word I. Another word you can use in communication is the word to say, I have a problem. They say, and they make us laugh, that any man in our culture, they want to be a chief. Once you say, I have a problem, the next person will give you their ear. Next time you want to address a big issue to your spouse, begin by saying, I have a problem. You have their attention. Never discuss an important matter when you are angry. Never discuss an important matter when you are tired. Never discuss an important matter in the presence of other people. Take time when you are relaxed, when you are alone, when children are away, when you are all fully awake. Talk about things that matter. And I encourage you, when it comes to communication, talk about virtually everything. There are no sacred cows when it comes to communication. Adam and Eve were naked in the garden and they were not ashamed. As man and woman, husband and wife, you should be able to be naked before each other in communication and yet not feel afraid. Don't use language that bully your mate. Don't use language that despise or disrespect your mate. If you are a woman, treat your husband like a king. If you are a man, treat your wife like the queen. And I can tell you, you will enjoy a happy marriage. I could tell you 100 things that can make your marriage work, but because of my time, allow me to end here. Your marriage has hope, enjoy, and not endure your marriage. By the grace of God, in 3 days' time, my husband and I, we are enjoying 25 years of a happy marriage. If God can do it for us, He can do it for you. I wish you longevity in marriage, joy and peace in Jesus' wonderful name. Father, I thank you for every marriage. Bind them, Lord, with cords of love that cannot be broken. Let grace and mercy prevail and sustain every marriage that is being represented in Jesus' mighty name. Till we meet again in other recordings, it's bye for now.